Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Confessions of a Modern Day Exorcist. That's me. Hi, I'm Shaman Dao. And I wanted to share with you guys today a story of one of my first home remote energy cleansings. And my work I can do remotely. I can be anywhere in the world. And so I do phone calls and video chats for hypnosis, and I also do remote home energy cleansings. So people call me for the stuff that you see in the movies and TV. Have you guys ever seen The Exorcist? Yeah? So The Exorcist, the movie and the book, it was based on true stories, but they elaborated on a lot of things because it's Hollywood. And so when people have spirits or some type of demonic entity in their home, poltergeists that throw things and cut you while you're sleeping, they find me. And so with my track record, I've done things that priests and shamans and Brahmins who would visit the homes weren't able to. All from the safety of my own home. And I taught myself this. It's something that I've always had inside of me. I just had to learn how to tap into it again, which all of us can. It takes a lot of work, but it's totally doable. So I wanted to share with you one of my first home remote energy cleansings. It's a little scary, I guess. Yeah, it is. It's unsettling. Here we go. So I got contacted by one of my ex-clients, and her mom wanted me to cleanse the energy of their home. And they've lived there for 30 years. And I helped two of the daughters in this family in regards to one-on-one personal growth and like hypno healing sessions. And so one of the daughters told me that when she would walk down the hallway of the home, it was as if somebody would grab her and then just yank her arm, but she's the only one in the hallway. I ended up speaking to the mother, and the mother told me that she's had, I think it was 2 priests who came throughout those years to bless the house, and there were shamans and Brahmins who came to the house, and the results were always the same. It would be good for a month. It would be really good for a month. Everything would be quiet and the energy would be good. And then after a month, things would start up again. Things would just really start up again. So there were the sounds of people walking up and down the stairs around 3 o'clock in the morning. And their dogs would bark at 3:30 towards the porch every single morning. And the energy of the home was just, you could just feel it. You could feel the thickness and the stagnation, and it was just, you could feel the heaviness. So I accepted. And so when I was getting ready to cleanse the home, so I sat down, and before I do any type of cleansings or sessions, I meditate. And I was meditating on this particular home. Mind you, I don't have the address. I've never walked foot. I don't know where the house is. I've never been there. And then so my job is to find the energy field of the owner and the connection of the house. And then once I can make that connection, my soul leaves my body and I astral project to walk in the home. So I walk in the home and I take, steps around and take a look around and I get my bearings. I kind of basically case the place to see like what I need to do. In this particular one, I was getting ready and I could feel the animals in the house feel my energy. And the moment that I was able to tap in and tune in to this particular home, I saw a hole in the ground in the driveway. And it was a hole, a portal, and portals are doors, and doors lead to other places to whatever place it is. So this one was leading down. And in front of this portal was a man. And he was wearing a very crisp black suit, very dark black hair, and very white skin. He looked like a vampire, but he wasn't a vampire. His name is Lucifer, and he is a devil. And so he was standing in front of this portal in this driveway, in this home. Oh man, it did. The first time you see, I mean, that's your first vision obstacle, it's going to be rough. And so I took a look at that and I'm like, all right. And then I went inside the house and then I found this couple, spirit couple, and they were the ones walking up and down the stairs. And I'm like, okay. And I was walking around the inside, and then I walked around the outside, and there was this white angel statue that was sitting outside of a door. It was a porch door. And this door was not used by the family. It was just closed. And it was a door and it had a screen door in front of it. And then it had this white angel statue sitting there. And I kept on looking at this angel statue and I said, there's something off about this. There's really something off about this angel statue. And I kept staring at it. And as I kept staring at it, it opened up. And these black Misty figures started popping out. And they had these dark armored suits on. And they just kept coming out and lining up in front of me. So I sat there and I was like, oh man. I didn't say, oh man. I said other things, but I said, okay. So I just kept watching what was happening, and they just kept coming out. They were jumping out of this little statue, and these black, dark, misty figures started popping out, and they were lining up, just thousands of them. And I stood there and I was like, all right, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm cleansing the energy of this home. And then the last guy pops out. And he comes out from the back and he has these large black iridescent green color horns. At that moment, I was like, oh shit. I could see every single detail of his horn. And he was coming up from the back of all of these thousands of his soldiers. And I was like, all right, I guess this is it. We're going to go head to head. And I started with him. I started with him and his soldiers, and we went head to head. What does that mean? It means we went to battle. And a lot of people have asked me, Carol, why don't you spread light and love? It's your vibration. You're attracting these particular people. And I've heard it all. They said that the energies, these figures that I meet are only energy. Just bless them. Oh yeah, I'll bless them. I'll send them my light and love. But on this 3D world, yes, it's all energy. But there are only some people, not a lot of people, that could go and meet and battle and fight for the light against demon leaders, their minions, the devil. So I am a light warrior. I've always been a light warrior. And I take care of my frequency, and I hold my space so sacred. And it's because I hold my space so sacred now in my energy, and I raise my vibration every single day, is how I could help this person. or how I could accept a call from somebody of a victim of black magic. Because no matter where I am or who I'm with, it's somehow I get these calls for help. And I've only met one other person like me on this earth who releases demons and spirits from the souls of people. And he has a family, and he said, Carol, I don't take on black magic cases or anything to deal with curses or spells because I have a family, and black magic is sticky and it's constant. And you guys, it's constant. You would be absolutely crazy to take on these cases. But I've been called worse. And so I'm not a martyr. It's not as if like I'm sitting here saying, someone has to do it. No, I had to really sit down with myself and say, who am I? And what can I do for people? And I had to believe in me and my power and the strength of the heavens and all the angels and all of that in order for me to keep on doing what I'm doing. So I went head to head with this guy or this thing. And I was able to open up the light and cross over the couple spirit. And I was able also to close up the portal where Lucifer was standing in front of and put a protection layer on the house. A couple days later, the mom contacts me and she tells me that she went to the mall and perfume bottles were flying off the shelf and they were almost hitting her. The spirits were mad. They were mad because they couldn't get back in the house. Because here I am closing up the portals. Like I had her throw away the angel statue and put a protection layer on it. And so they were angry that they couldn't get in. And the owner of this house, she is strong. I mean, she is a strong woman of faith. And even with her strong woman of faith in the name of Jesus and God, and with the priests coming there and the shamans coming there, and everything was just still kind of there. Nothing was resolved. So she ended up contacting me after, I think it was like a month and a half after. And she told me that it's been an amazing for her to walk in the house and not feel as if she was fighting against the energy or whatever it was in the house. She said that she could walk in her front door and waltz around, and it was so freeing. And so it was pretty cool. Like I really enjoyed that aspect of it because the other stuff, yeah, it's who really wants to open up that door? Like it can't, and if you open the door, you can close it, but it takes more effort to keep it closed. So yeah, that was one of my first home energy cleansings remotely. Over the course of the last 4 years, I've have a ton of stories to share with you guys in regards to home energy cleansings and remote releasements and hypno healings and exorcisms via WhatsApp, where the screen turned dark blood red the moment the demon release. I mean, it's the 21st century. I couldn't be there. It was, she was in another country, so I got that phone call. So that's it, you guys. There's more to come. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much once again for joining. Come on. I want to say Fala Madeira Shom because I'm in the Balkan region. And so blessed be.